I have an enormous amount of footage, which I've started editing. I have 35 minutes already. My goal with that is to make a full-length documentary or a limited edition series. I already spoke with some producers who want to take on, once they saw the footage, it was like, what? It's incredible. So I'm working already with some producers here in Miami. Once we get it done, then we'll try to sell it to Netflix or Lifetime or one of these channels, Amazon Prime. So it'll go on that. A second thing that happened is that I started writing poetry in the North Pole. I've always written, but now it was just like, just flowing out of me. And so I am working with Roberto Polillo, who I did the jazz book, and I made him, poor Roberto, I made him go to the North Pole too. So with his polar photographs and my poems. So that book is going to be called Arctic Visions, Poetry and Images from a Changing Landscape. So that's another project with this. And then let's see what happens. I would love to do a collaborative project of the whole experience with, there was a real poet, incredible, on board, my roommate who dealt with sound, and maybe one of the other ladies that was a writer. So also a note on this, there were more women than men on our ship. And that is the norm since the 90s. It's funny because the heroic era of Arctic exploration in the mid 1800s onto like probably the 20s, it was all men. Women were not allowed. No, it was about conquering and planting flags, even though I'm guilty of that too. I planted the Cuban flag. But since the 90s, the majority of people going to the Arctic are women. And not to conquer, not with this mode of, oh, I did it first. It doesn't matter who did it first. We're there to document, we're there to nurture, we're there because of climate change, which was incredible. To see those glaciers just rumble all day. They rumble all day long. It's like this muffled thunder. And then those just giant pieces just coming down constant. Is I'll never forget the sound of it or what that looked like. And to have been there with all of them was magic and sacred. And it's interesting. I got back to Miami and I couldn't even leave my house for like a month or talk. People would ask me, how I couldn't, I was speechless. It was so powerful, so powerful.